The automatic PFL Parquet system by Ormamacchine for the production of pre-finished 2- or 3-ply parquet flooring is made up of a scissor lift with idle rollers, an automatic vacuum-operated feeder, a 4-roller gluing machine, a motorized disc conveyor, manipulators with pincers and suction arms, a motorized roller conveyor, a motorized roller truck to load presses, 2 single daylight 500-ton hydraulic cold presses, and a motorized roller truck to deliver the finished product. Supports with a width ranging from 300 to 1,340 mm can be used, and in the case of 2-ply parquet or the core of 3-ply parquet, a thickness ranging from 4 to 9.5 mm. The support of the 3-ply parquet can be 2 to 4 mm thick. For noble strips, the width can range from 70 to 210 mm. The system shown has 2 presses, but if desired, a 3rd press can be added to reach the maximum production possible, as 3 presses meet the balance between the time of pile composition and pressing time. The whole system can be customized as required. Let's now look at a simulation of the working sequence of a 2-ply parquet. The simulation is faithful in every aspect, except for the absence of glue, and, to make filming easier, a reduction in the actual working speed. The base supports are loaded automatically by the scissor lift onto the vacuum-operated feeder. The latter consists of pneumatic pistons and 5 rubberized rollers by which the supports are transferred to the gluing machine. The gluing machine, which has spreading rollers and batching rollers, applies a layer of glue to the upper part of the support. The support is now removed from the manipulator with pincers and placed on the composition roller conveyor. At this stage, the other manipulator, by means of the suction arms, removes the noble wood strips from the special containers and positions them on the base support covered with glue. Here now is the working sequence of a 3-ply parquet, which also has a core in addition to the base support and the noble wood strips. In detail, the sequence is as follows. While the manipulator with pincers removes the base support with its vacuum-operated hood and goes to replace it on the composition truck, the feeder shifts the core inside the gluing machine, which applies a layer of glue to both sides of the core. At this stage, by means of the pincers, the manipulator removes the glue-coated core and places it on top of the base support. Lastly, the other manipulator, by means of the suction arms, removes the noble wood strips and positions them on the core, thus creating the third ply. In a mere 12 minutes, it's possible to prepare at least 20 three-ply sandwiches or 30 two-ply sandwiches. The final phase is the same for both two-ply and three-ply parquet. The parts assembled so far are on the composition roller conveyor. The second roller conveyor is shifted opposite the first one, in such a way that the pile of assembled parts can be shifted onto it. With a new shift, the latter is brought in front of the press that has to be fed and does the loading. In the meantime, the system has resumed making up the sandwiches. Both presses are made up of a lower platen measuring 2,600 by 1,400 millimeters and two upper movable platens measuring 2,600 by 700 millimeters each. Thanks to the two mobile levels, each press can be loaded with two separate piles of sandwiches with a maximum width of 680 millimeters, or a single pile with a larger width. Using vinyl glues, the pressing time is about 30 minutes. The production capacity always depends on the width of the strips of noble wood that are used, but with a 1,220 by 2,440 mm support, with 8 noble strips 140 to 150 mm wide, theoretical output with 3 presses is, for two-ply parquet, about 3,000 square meters of support per shift, equal to about 2,000 square meters of noble wood, and for three-ply parquet, about 2,000 square meters of support per shift, equal to about 1,200 square meters of noble wood. Lastly, let's have a look at some of the line's structural details. The feeder has wheels that run on rails for easy loading of a new pile of supports on the scissor lift. The gluing machine has a 4,600 kilocalories per hour refrigerating unit, and a washing device for the rollers comes into operation automatically at the end of each work shift. The suction arms and the pincers of the manipulators can be manually adjusted and adapted to all types of production requirements. Data and working sequences can be keyed in via the keyboard on the control panel. The instruction and maintenance manual is complete with drawings and wiring and mechanical diagrams.